We all kind of assume our best decisions are made when we're sharp, right? When we're focused, full of energy. But what if that wasn't always the case? Today, we're diving into the really strange science of decision fatigue. So let's just get right to it with the central question here, because it's a wild one. Why on earth would someone who is mentally drained, totally exhausted, suddenly start winning? It just seems to go against everything we think we know. To really get this, I want you to picture the scene with me, okay? It's late, almost midnight. The casino is buzzing. The lights are bright, and all those constant sounds just kind of blend together. The world outside, it's completely vanished. And over there, you see our player. Man, they've been at it for hours. You can just see the exhaustion, slouched over the machine, eyes half open. They're not even really thinking anymore, just kind of going through the motions. And then, just when it feels like it's all over, bam, it happens. The machine just lights up, bells are ringing everywhere. They've hit the jackpot right at the very moment they were ready to just give up. Now, your first reaction is probably, wow, talk about a lucky break. And hey, maybe it is. But what if I told you their exhaustion wasn't a weakness in that moment? What if it was the very thing that made the win possible? So, what is actually going on inside that tired brain? Let's unpack the core idea here, this bizarre phenomenon called decision fatigue. Okay, so decision fatigue isn't just about feeling sleepy. It's a very specific mental state. It's where your brain, after making tons and tons of little choices, just gets worn out. It stops overanalyzing everything. All its usual defenses, they're just down. Think of it like a little tug of war happening in your head. When you're fresh, your logical brain is running to show. It's careful, it's calculating, but as that fatigue starts to set in, the balance tips. The logical brain kind of tags out, and the more instinctive, gut-feeling, emotional brain grabs the controls. And this is how that exhaustion can actually lead to a kind of flow state. You stop trying to calculate the odds on every single spin. You stop trying to find patterns that aren't even there. You stop fighting the machine, and you just play. It's this relaxed, almost detached state where your mind finally gets quiet. But here's the thing. This mental state doesn't just happen in a vacuum. The casino itself is basically a masterclass in psychological design, and it is built to encourage this exact feeling. I mean, think about it. Ever seen a clock in a casino? Or a window with sunlight streaming in? Nope, no way. They want you to completely lose track of time. And that soft, rhythmic music, it's just enough to keep you going, but it also lulls you into that low-energy, hypnotic mode where you're not really thinking, you're just doing. It all sounds kind of nice, right? Getting out of your own head, finding your flow. But, and honestly, this is the most critical part of this whole thing, there is a massive catch. Because while a tired player might snag one lucky win, the casino is playing a much, much longer game. And this state of decision fatigue, well, it's a very powerful double-edged sword. So for the player, it can feel amazing. They feel like they're in the zone, free from all that stressful overthinking. But for the casino, oh, this is the real jackpot. Because that same mental state absolutely destroys discipline. The budget you walked in with, your logical brain isn't there to enforce it anymore. Your sense of risk just evaporates. And this, right here, is the real danger. This is why people make decisions they would never make with a clear head. The emotional brain takes over, and it doesn't care about your car payment. It only cares about the thrill of that next spin. Okay, so it seems pretty clear that fatigue is something you should avoid at all costs. But there's a little twist. Professional gamblers, they actually have a different take on this. They don't just run from it. The pros have a phrase for it. They talk about getting out of your own way. See, they recognize that overanalyzing and second-guessing yourself can be just as damaging as being purely impulsive. They're actually looking for a middle ground. And this is the crucial difference. A professional might try to achieve a state of controlled fatigue, a calm, relaxed focus that helps them avoid overthinking. That is a world away from total exhaustion, where all your financial discipline just melts. One is a strategic tool, the other is a dangerous trap. So, as you can see, it truly is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can quiet all that noise in your head and maybe, just maybe, let a lucky moment happen. But it's the very same state that can lead you to chase losses way past your limits. And really, this is the big takeaway, and it applies to so much more than just gambling. It's about learning to recognize the signs in yourself. Are you operating on a calm instinct, a real gut feeling? Or is your rational mind just so tired that it's basically given up and handed over the keys? Because at the end of the day, whether you're in a casino or just making a big life choice, that line between a brilliant instinct and a disastrous impulse, well, it can be incredibly and sometimes dangerously thin.